Our kids don't really know this, but we don't take vacations. With Expedition New England, we explore the planet. This time our journey is centered around the largest marine reptile in the world. I'm talking about the leatherback turtle, and arguably the most impossible dream, to catch a 1-ton female as she pulls out of the ocean in the dead of night to lay her eggs. The possibility of capturing this moment is so remote, we can't even bring ourselves to tell the kids it's our sole mission for the journey. They just think it's a vacation.
I've been working for months, trying to develop contacts in Puerto Rico. Finally, I scored someone on the mainland. But nobody could connect me with anyone on this remote island called Culebra. That's where we're headed. This is where we can score a leatherback turtle.
Keep walking, keep walking, keep walking.
Out of nowhere, all hell breaks loose when we see this amazing lizard foraging in the leaves. Check this out.
Scott Tucker here with Race, Ava. Kaylee is on the journey, and Daphne. We just walked by this little vacant lot behind a fence. There's a magnificent lizard. I don't know what it is yet.
Turns out it's a Puerto Rican giant amoeba right before our eyes.
What did you see?
A lizard!
How did you identify him though?
I saw, I was walking this way, looking at that, and then I saw, something moving, and I'm like, what is that? And then it's like, oh my god, it's a giant lizard.
What's going on here? What's going on here? What's going on here?
Seconds later, we turn our attention to more lizards, but these ones are smaller, and they're crawling up the sides of the trees. It's a Puerto Rican crested anole, attempting to thermoregulate in the early morning sun.
This guy is just holding up on the side of this amazing, what looks to be like a cypress tree, warming up, basking. We're in Old San Juan. Can't even get 15 feet without stopping. There's so many different species of lizard here.
Look at the musculature. Look at the toe pads. Perfectly adapted to evade predators.
Is this the Great San Juan Wall?
From Old San Juan, we needed to hop an 8-seater for the 1-hour flight to Culebra. And as it turns out, this was the most blood-pumping leg of the journey. It was like something from an old World War II movie. These flights are nothing like the 747-style planes we've grown accustomed to. You feel every single bit of turbulence. And as if that's not enough, the sound of the props alone was obsessive.
Oh god, it's over, it's over, it's over.
Hi everybody, Sierra Tucker here with Expedition New England. Right now, my Uncle Scotty is leading the gang into another wild adventure. And if you thought the Everglades trip was crazy, you got another thing coming. Check this out. Ava does it again. She brings the bank but finds the crew a room with a view. But listen up, the place might be as dangerous as it is beautiful.
Like where you would go to Brava Beach, this whole section, that's all through nature reserve. There is some private land, but a lot of this is nature reserve up in here. This island and Vieques were used as bombing ranges, I think Culebra up until late 80s maybe. So there's a lot of unexploded ordnance all over the island. Oh my God. So like when the military is here cleaning it up, but that's gonna take years. You know, when you go out to Flamenco, you go to the end of the parking lot and you go through the chain link fence. The chain link fence has big warning signs on it, and that's the reason they say you can go through the fence but stay on the path, because if you go off the path up into the hillside, there's unexploded ordnance up on those hillsides.
Do you understand what an unexploded ordnance is? These are bombs that the military had dropped when they were doing target practice. They never exploded. They're sitting there, and somebody went off the path and accidentally stepped on them. They'd be destroyed.
Stay on the path. So if you guys go hiking or anything, stay on the paths. Don't stray too far.
Within an hour of reaching Culebra, it was unanimous. Everyone wanted to get wet, so we did. The rumor was Tamarindo Beach would score us a chance at some great visibility, and as it turns out, the tip was spot on. Then, out of nowhere, approaching from the distance, Race spots our first marine reptile. It's a green turtle foraging on the grass about 20 feet deep. Again, I need to pinch myself. This is a 100-pound turtle, traveling with such ease and total grace, it's like we're watching a turtle in flight, using only its front limbs to propel itself forward, and the rear to change direction. Meanwhile, we're lumbering our bodies and struggling to keep up with her as she glides effortlessly through the water column. Moments later, Race screeches. I make a quick look down and spot a fantastic stingray beneath us. Instantly, I'm drawn in for a closer look. But these guys don't like much company, so I keep a fair distance.
3 o'clock, doctor. Turn around the corner. Not the red one. The other one.
Minutes later, we get another magical opportunity to swim with a second green turtle. But this guy's much more social and allows us an even closer look. The green turtle is currently listed as an endangered species throughout the planet. In some cultures, the eggs are sought after as a highly prized food source for people. Combine this with an even bigger problem over habitat loss. Due to our desire to develop beaches into real estate projects, these turtles don't stand a chance. Expedition New England, stick with us.
The hell is that? If you want to see wildlife, you gotta get off the beaten path, but you gotta first get out there without your camera. That's when everything shows up. Over here, buddy! Over here! Look at this. Race is coming. I'm a little freaked out because I don't know what species of bee we have here.
With all the talk about Africanized honeybees, it's only natural that we keep on high alert. Any sign of defensive behavior, they gotta be ready to bolt, especially with Race in the field.
Over here! Come here! Right here! Come here, look at me.
Then a diamond in the rough. Look at this delicate beauty, tucked into the face of a leaf, hiding in plain sight.
Honeybees are in an extremely vulnerable position at this point. Between pesticides, climate change, and parasites, they are fighting for survival like no other insect we know. And without them, and their ability to pollinate the food we eat, our future is bleak.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned. We're stepping in areas we can't see.
The island is crawling with thousands of lizards, and they have adapted so well to the habitat you wouldn't even know it. They know how to blend. What many people don't realize is that lizards, like this anole, are closely related to snakes. They each share in common a few basic traits. First, their bodies are covered in scales designed to hold in every drop of moisture. Secondly, they are ectothermic, needing to obtain heat from the sun or any other thermal source to survive.
Oh, stay still, everybody. Oh, his tail's moving. His tail's moving. Oh, okay. He's lit up like a Christmas tree. Don't move, guys.
And when you get right down to it, one big reason why most of us travel south each winter, to escape the New England winter, is our own obsession for heat. We aren't that different from lizards, after all. The next morning, Scott was on a mission. He insisted we follow up on a lead that sends us to the front door of Culebra's Wildlife Enforcement Office. The whole success of this trip is riding on the hopes that someone would help us find the leatherback turtle.
Oh my gosh, what a pleasure to meet you. Oh.
As luck would have it, we just made contact with the go-to gal for leatherback turtles on the island, Neilani Tessalona. But before we get too excited, Scott needs to build trust with her in order to be invited out in the field. In the meantime, Race is obsessed with the idea of snorkeling from our own backyard into Pela Bay, and once again, he gets his wish. Check this out.
Right off the bat, we are blown away by what looks to be like a upside-down jellyfish pulsating into the sand. We have nothing like this in New England. Then we start to see the suspicious behavior of a bizarre creature that disappears every time we get too close. It reminds me of a Christmas tree worm we encountered in the Keys. These guys are filter feeding on the nutrient-rich zooplankton and phytoplankton, so critical to the entire ecosystem. Out of nowhere, I'm caught totally by surprise. It's a bizarre pufferfish. This guy travels unlike just about any other creature on the planet. It's like a sideways helicopter, using pectoral fins to stop and go.
As Race and Scott explore the estuaries of Culebra, I did a little investigating of my own. Take a look at this. While exploring other parts of the island, I found troubling evidence of why sharks need more protection. The local vendors all had shark on the menu. These apex predators are systematically being culled from the planet at rates far too fast for them to regenerate. Eating shark is not a sustainable food source and only threatens the ecosystem. The boys are back, and as you might guess, they have some big news. Check this out.
Off the charts, off the freaking charts, crazy. Never would have believed it in a million years. The place is littered with what appears to be dead sea cucumbers. Didn't know they were here. Sea cucumbers we found off Acadia up in Maine. What are they doing down here? Look at me. What's wrong?
I'm so cold.
Maine, what are they doing down here? And this estuary is loaded with upside down jellies like we saw back in 2002, 2001 in the Gulf of Mexico before Race was born. Canning them?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you did it, buddy. You did it.
Speaking of threats to the ecosystem, take a look at what I found lying dead on the front of the rental. Yikes, a giant rat. Odds are these rodents were introduced by the Navy long ago, and now they have permanently changed the balance on Culebra. Expedition New England, stick with us.
This was the first time in Expedition New England history where Ava demanded I stop the car, and she got out and started walking. The roads were too steep. She couldn't handle it.
Folks, it's been an ugly, a bit ugly. Race, can you describe to everyone what's happened here the last couple of moments with Mom and everything?
Mom got angry because she was scared of the heights, and she got out of the car, and we looked at the sign right next to a house, and then it said that there was a beach here, and then we were like, we should go get Mom. And then we got Mom, and then we went here.
Folks, this is absolutely crazy. We're looking into these mangrove bushes on the edge of an amazing beach near Zambi Beach. I call it Zamboni Beach. I look down into the woods and there's these wild-looking den sites. Look at this.
It's a rat's nest! It's a rat's nest! It's a rat's nest!
I am getting a very suspicious feeling that these are den sites to a rather large mammal. And I'm talking about a rodent, much like the rodent that we found dead outside her own home. It's always a bit disheartening to see an amazing fish species that you've never even seen in the wild when it's alive, and you find one dead on the edge of a beach. But this one looks to be like an extremely large pufferfish of some sort. It's got spines on the outside of it that are like daggers. They're like poison darts. If you ever touch this creature when you're alive, or it's alive, you could be dead. You would totally be bleeding. Got the tail here, the back of the animal, the pectoral. This is the pectoral fin. If you flip it over, you can get a look inside it a little bit. You can see here is the lower portion of the spine. Look at these things. They're shaped like teeth. They're like long, sharded teeth. Look at these things. Oh my God, a ball of them! This place is crawling with them, and they're mating. Ava, what's the name of this beach? Melones Beach. This is insane. Ava, did you see these things? This is crazy. Race found them. These things are inches away from being decimated by the coastline, by the water coming up, and they're just piled on top of each other. This is insane.
For those of you just joining us, Race Scott and I have just stumbled upon a once-in-a-lifetime event. It's a major congregation of the St. Andrew's cotton stainer bugs. These insects provide a window into human history.
What's totally insane is that this place is just a coral graveyard. Look at the coral.
Take a look at this. Like synchronized dancers, they remain locked in position while mating. Odds are the female is the larger of the two, as she will need to house the eggs.
It may seem hard to believe. Starting back in the 1600s, Africans from Sudan, the Congo, Senegal, Guinea, and Sierra Leone were brought to the Caribbean and forced into slavery. By some estimates, 15 million human beings were ripped from their homes in Africa and were enslaved to harvest sugarcane and other crops like cotton. The Caribbean was a transition point between the United States and Africa. So yes, even the Caribbean shared in this poisoned past. As with all introduced and oftentimes invasive species, cotton eventually brought insects, including the St. Andrew's cotton stainer. By the mid-1800s, slavery was eventually abolished, but the insect still remains today.
If you think these two look like they're in a hurry, you might be right. As it turns out, their entire lifespan is on average just 60 days. In fact, the eggs only take about 7 days to hatch.
The entire ecosystem is on fire with action. We've got pelicans feeding. And right beneath our nose is another insect species. These are ants that have adapted to survive on the beach.
This is the trash dump. Trash dump is here.
Expedition New England. Stick with us.
Race, did you see that hummingbird?
Yeah, it was black.
Okay, we're gonna try to capture this anole with this, it's a fishing pole with some dental floss tied into a lasso. Compliments of my good friend Chuck Anicelli. He's got a bone.
You got him! We got him! We got him! We got him! We got it!
We got him, buddy, we got him! Okay, careful, hold on.
He's gonna bite.
Yeah, he might, so let's take it easy.
Doesn't an old bite hurt?
Easy, buddy, stay easy.
Ow! Oh, he just got me! We got one!
Yeah!
You got him, buddy. Can you tell me about lizards in general? Where do they come from? What do we believe they came from?
Snakes.
So talk about that.
Well, snakes, they have no legs, which you probably know. They come in all different colors. We've seen a couple here in Puerto Rico. I haven't seen them. They do swim like iguanas, which you can also see here in. You can see them in Florida. You can see them in Mexico. You can see them in Puerto Rico, where we're in right now. You can see them in Cuba. like the Cuban anole, which is like 2 feet long. And
We only have one lizard species in New England, and I've never even seen it. This is probably why we are so fascinated by any opportunity to encounter these creatures. This guy opens up a window
his
into
dewlap
our
is still out.
prehistoric past.
He caught an anole. Yeah.
Look at this gorgeous anole. Now look at him. He's got his dewlap out.
Yeah.
He's upside down. He's
Look
a
at
little
his
frustrated.
dewlap.
He's a little frustrated because he
His
doesn't want to be held.
dewlap
He doesn't realize we're not going to eat him.
His dewlap is green and red. Green and red.
Ow! Let go! Let go! Let go! Look at him! Ow!
I know.
Let go, buddy! Let go! Let go, buddy! Get a really good shot of him.
That just about does it for this episode of Expedition
Stay
Whale.
calm,
But
buddy.
keep
I'm
your
not gonna
eyes
hurt you.
open for the next edition, where we inch closer to the leatherback turtle.
I mean, this. Look at these! Oh my gosh! These are tracks! This is a leatherback track! One in, one out!